Hey guys, it's Papa Joey, and listen, I just wanted to tell everybody, first of all, Happy New Year. And today being New Year's Eve, be careful. Now, I know many people that watch this channel are people who don't drink, and I'm getting a lot of people now who are tuning in who are struggling with alcohol abuse and drug abuse. This time of the year is tough, and especially this day, New Year's Eve. Back in the day when I was drinking, I would call it amateur night. And what I meant by that was that's where all these people were going out who really drank. They decided tonight they were going to overdo it and get tanked. Unfortunately, many times something tragic happened. And people like me who drank a lot all the time, for some reason, I made it through the night. The next morning, I wasn't feeling too good, but I usually made it through the night. Back then, my band was playing, so New Year's Eve was a big night for us. But here's the deal. If you're new in sobriety or you're thinking about getting sober or you're thinking to yourself, hey, listen, I'm going to go out tonight and get trashed one more time, and then my New Year's resolution's going to be I'm not going to drink or I'm not going to do drugs starting in 2026. Start it today, okay? Because believe me when I tell you this, I know people who have said that they were just going to go out and get wasted one more night, get high one more night, then go into a rehab or quit. And they did go out and get drunk or they did go out and use drugs, but the next day never came because either they got killed in an automobile accident or they overdosed, or some people got picked up for a DUI. So if you think you're going to start your sobriety on 2026, why don't you start it tonight? Now I know you're thinking, man, that's crazy. I got everything planned out. I'm going to meet some friends. We're going to get together. I'm going to a friend's house. Everything will be okay. Now, if you're somebody who knows you got a problem, chances are you're going to probably really tie one on tonight. Is it that important to you? Why not just start it now? There's really no excuse not to, because that's really all it is, an excuse if we're going to drink when we know we shouldn't. And I know there's going to be people out there who can handle their alcohol responsibly. There's many of them out there. I got many friends that do that. And bless them. I was never that person. When I drank, I wanted my buzz. And when I got my buzz, I wanted my buzz to keep going. So I could never drink responsibly. Never. And I was one of those who drove drunk all the time. I'm ashamed to say, but that's what I did. So today, just think about it. Hopefully you're listening to this before you go out to party. But even if you listen to it afterwards, and right now you may be listening to it and you may be hungover because you went out. Well, listen, 2026 could be your year to turn everything around. I know there's a few things in my life that I'm going to work on so I can have a really good 2026. For me, fortunately, I don't have to worry about picking up a drink or a drug because, first of all, I wasn't into drugs, but I was really into drinking. But, you know, I've got some time, and the thought of a drink doesn't cross my mind. But there are certain things I'm going to work on, and hopefully they pan out for me in 2026. But right now, if you're somebody who's struggling and you want to make a fresh start, just relax for tonight. Or if you do go out and you're watching this from a hangover point of view, been there, done that. Listen, that's still okay. The main thing is you have to understand one thing. You already know there's a problem with you in alcohol or there's a problem with you in drugs. And that's really good because you know you got to do something about it. So what I want you to do is don't beat yourself up. Don't be nervous that, this is going to take a lot from you, and you don't know what you're going to do if you can't drink or drug. Everybody goes through that. But trust me, you can get past it. It all starts with the mindset that you're doing something good for yourself, not nothing bad. And it's not like you're going to quit something. You just decided now you're going to go into a different direction. See, it's all about your mindset. At least that's what it was for me early on when I got sober. I couldn't look at me quitting drinking or this is a bad thing. I had to look at it was, yeah, this is good, man. This is going to be good for me. Yeah, I can't do this anymore. And I maintained that thought for a good year or two as I, began getting some time, being sober. Now, everything wasn't great in my life at that time. And I've talked about that on other podcasts. You can check those out. But I always kept on thinking this is a good thing. And sure, there were some times where I'd say, geez, I wish I could, pick up a drink again. But I quickly remembered my last drunk and what happened. And I said, I'm not going to go back there. And I'm not going to do anything worse than that. So I don't drink. So listen, chill out, be grateful. You got another year ahead of you, hopefully. And if you're going to get sober, focus on, I know it's cliche, but it is just one day at a time. Just one day. One day goes to the next day goes to a week, and then you got a month. Next thing you know, you got 6 months. Next thing you got a year. And boy, all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm sober for 1 year. This is crazy. I never thought I could do that. People around me didn't think I could do that. But you showed yourself you could do it. And I've always said, listen, if you could stay sober for 30 days, there's no excuse why you can't remain sober for the rest of your life if you want to, because nothing's different. You're going to have some issues. Yeah. But listen, it's just a day thing. It really is. It's just one day you're not drinking. And the next day you're not drinking. And it goes on. Listen, also, I got this book, Don't Drink or Use No Matter What. And no matter what means no matter what. I would highly suggest you get a copy. It's not expensive. It's on Amazon. The link's below. All it does, this book, is it gives you an idea what I was going through during my life early on that kind of led me to my mindset about drinking. And then what I had to do to switch it. Okay, it's a real easy read. And I know you'll get a lot out of it because people that have read it contact me and said it really helped them look at their own story and then make a decision about what they were going to do regarding their alcohol abuse and drug abuse. Okay, so listen, I hope you have a good New Year's. And if you went out New Year's Eve, I hope your head's not pounding too much. And listen, if you're the type of person who's doing drugs, here's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, plain as can be, knock that shit off. I know from experience, my daughter 5 years ago died of a drug overdose. She used for 10 years. I went through 2 overdoses with her. She always thought that, she was going to be okay. Well, even with a father who we talked a lot about what she was going through, and she knew my sobriety, but she always wanted to play with the drugs. Well, the last time she played, it didn't work. So I lost a daughter. So I despise drugs. I don't despise people who use drugs. I despise drug abuse. I despise, people going out and, putting the drug into their system, but they have no idea what it's laced with. So please, stay away from the drugs and, of course, the alcohol. And please be safe and tune into this channel in 2026 because a lot of new things are going to be happening. My mindset now is to try to help as many people as I can